All right, let's get right into it. Number 9. Not caring is not leadership. And you guys been hearing me talk about this often and talking about caring and understanding that it's not about you and all of these different things. And I really want to talk about this because this is a really sensitive topic to me, because I see so many people in the marketplace who are doing this incorrectly and they're making it all about them. And it's that old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And you got to get over the old high school stuff, because that's really the problem with most people. Is the old high school stuff is you've been through situations, people have let you down, relationships have gone bad, and you put walls up. And you blocking everybody out, so you don't let anybody get close enough to you because you don't want to be hurt. But here's the truth. If you block people out, you block the hurt, but you also block the love. And so you've got to bring those walls down, especially if you're a leader. And you got to get connected with people and start to care, genuinely care about them, because that's where the connection lies. And you've got to have that connection. And you got to let people in, because that's the only way they're going to let you in. You can't pretend. It's got to be genuine. There's no magical trick that allows you to be genuine about caring about them. There's no magic trick. This is a game of hearts. And if you don't have one, you can't play the game effectively. Look, leadership is not easy. Most of the time, you have to put yourself last and not first. I mean, leadership is sacrifice. It's all about rights versus responsibility. You have the right to do whatever you want to do, but you also have a responsibility to the people that you're leading. You have the right to say, I don't have the time to deal with your personal problems, but you got the responsibility as a leader to take the time to help them deal with their personal problems. You have a right to say that they should know that. I shouldn't have to make them feel comfortable, but you got a responsibility to do the things necessary in order to make your people feel comfortable. You can say, I'm the CEO. I have the right to be lazy in my communication if I want to, but you got the responsibility as a CEO to make sure your organization is healthy and thriving. Look, we have the right to do anything as leaders, but the thing that makes us leaders is because we lean towards the responsibility to do the thing properly, and that's the reason why we have masses of people following us. So let's talk about the cornerstones of caring. So here's cornerstone number 1. Number 1, you have an incorruptible attitude. Meaning that people are not unsure of how you feel and what's going on, and they don't say, oh, Eugene's in the office today. Maybe I don't say anything because he looks like he's mad. Is he having one of those days? Is this a good time for him? You got to be the same. You got to be approachable. You got to have your attitude be incorruptible, meaning no matter what happens in your day, your attitude doesn't change. No matter what happened to you in the past, your attitude doesn't change. No matter what happened to you yesterday, the attitude doesn't change. You take all of those problems and you pile it up and you put it in the trunk of your car and close it up. Trust me, it's going to be there for you when you get back. Nobody's going to steal them. So keep your problems away from the team, away from the organization. Be incorruptible with your attitude, where your attitude is positive and genuine and loving and caring at any moment in time. That's how people know that you care. When you're not willing to throw your problems on top of them, your hard days on top of them, your heartaches on top of them. You're willing to not be corruptible. You're willing to have an incorruptible attitude. The second cornerstone. Is you're mindful of others. You're thinking about them. You're doing the little things here and there where you're always having them on your mind. You're mindful of them. If you're going to the store and you're going to pick up something, but you know your assistant needs something that she doesn't have the time to go pick up, and you go pick it up and you say, hey, I know you needed this. Let me give it to you. That's mindful of it. If you're married, you know your wife was having a hard day at work and saying that she had a headache and there's no aspirin at the house. That's stopping to the store before you go home, picking up some aspirin, bringing it back and saying, hey babe, I was thinking about you. In your business, when you got a partner and you know that they're having a rough day, and you sit down with them and ask them, hey, are you up for getting into this meeting, or do you think you need some time? That's just being mindful of their feelings and what's going on and what's happening in their lives. It's just it's caring enough to care about what's going on with them. That's being mindful of others, right? What else is the cornerstone? Never judging. You don't judge people regardless of what's going on. They might be complaining. They might, say something that you don't like. They might be doing something that you don't like, but you never judge them, because when you don't judge, they know you care. When they can come to you and say, here's what I'm going through. Here's what's going on. I've had people come to me with their deepest and darkest secrets. And you know why they do it? It's because they know I'm not going to judge them. They know that I care about them, and I understand that we all go through situations. We all go through circumstances, and it's fine. It's okay. We all have to deal with it. I'm not going to judge them, even if it's something I feel like they should be doing better, or even if it's something I feel like I don't agree with. I'm never going to judge them, because I care about them enough to not alienate them as if they made a mistake and I've never made one. Here's where leaders get high and mighty, as they say, oh, I'm so good, I'm so perfect, I'm so great, and I'm going to put you down because you did ... and I'm going to judge you and say that you're this and say that you're that. I see people doing that all of the time. Look, don't judge them. You're not high and mighty. You didn't go to the school of perfection and graduate magna cum laude. I mean, come on now, seriously. You've been through situations yourself. So don't put somebody else down for them going through situations, and don't judge them, right? So that's the cornerstones of caring. You got to have these things locked in before you start to build on top of that. So let's talk about building a caring culture in your organization or in your household, because this is important. You want people to care about each other around you. Not just you being the one that cares about people as the leader, but you creating the atmosphere of caring so that other people, this is great leadership. This is good leadership. This is great leadership, where not only you're doing it, but you learn how to develop the area around you, develop the environment around you to have a caring culture where the people have picked up on your DNA. So here's the first thing you do. Number one, be seen. You gotta be seen. Not just be seen yourself, but teach your leaders to be seen. I remember I've been a part of organizations, I've been in environments where I wasn't the number one dog. I wasn't the top dog in that area, but people treated me like that. Now, some people, I used to have people say this to me all of the time. How come people are treating you as if you are the number one person here? How come people are treating you as if you're the CEO? How come people are treating you like that? I promise you, this happens to me all of the time. I got this question all of the time. You know why? It's because I focused on being seen. Now, not in a negative way, but here's what I did. I embraced people as if I haven't seen them in 10 years. I embraced them. Man, how are you doing? What's going on? How's the kids? And I'm present with them, and people enjoy that connection. That says, man, you care about me enough. You remember me. You knew who I am. You knew my name. You remembered my kid's name. You remembered it was my birthday. I'll give you a quick tip, because it's not just about being seen yourself. It's about making sure that others are seen. Making sure that the people that you're recognizing, they feel seen. Like on the birthday thing, Facebook can tell you when somebody's birthday is, and you can easily shoot somebody a Facebook message. But if I have a relationship with you, you're going to get a text message from me. You're going to get a phone call from me. You're not just going to get a Facebook message saying happy birthday, but you're going to get a message saying happy birthday, hope everything is good, hope you enjoy your day. Because they're saying, man, he cared enough to take the time. It seems like it's not a lot, but effort. People enjoy and love the effort that you put in. And you took the time to just send a quick text message, to give them a quick call and say, hey, look, I know I can't talk right now. I'm super busy, but I just wanted to stop by and give you the respect that you deserve and tell you happy birthday, man. I hope you have an incredible day. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. Hope you have an incredible day. And then hang up the phone and they'll say, man, he cared enough to take a minute and pick up the phone and call me. Man, he cared enough to think about me. He's seen me. Not just he was being seen, but he's seen me. When I'm in large crowds or I'm speaking at an event, I don't walk around with 3 people around me blocking everybody and stopping people from saying hello to me. Rush me to the back room so I can sit down in the green room and I'm taking my time. I'm moving through the audience. I'm shaking hands. I'm saying hello. I'm giving hugs. Whatever is necessary to say. Look, I want you to know I see you. You're seen. But the great leaders show this through their organization. They teach their leaders how to do the same thing. And they build that caring atmosphere, not just within themselves, but within their leaders. Number 2, celebrate victories. This is how you build a caring culture. You celebrate victories. When people win, You celebrate it. You get excited for them. You tell them, look, great job, good job. You give them incentives. You give them gifts. You give them certificates. You you do whatever. You take them out for ice cream if it's your kids. Whatever you can do to celebrate their victories. Because here's what happens. There's something in our brain called dopamine. And one of these days, I'm going to do a training on those 4 chemicals that are in your mind. But one of the chemicals is called dopamine. And dopamine is that excitement being reinforced of a task accomplished. And when you're celebrating somebody, they get a hit of dopamine. And that dopamine gets them fired up. It gets them excited. But guess what? If you teach your leaders to do that, it gives them a hit of dopamine. So everybody is getting the benefits of that one person succeeding. So you take the time, celebrate victories. Number 3, consistent encourages. Consistently encourage. We talked about this last video. Taking the time to encourage people. But don't just do it once in a while. Do it consistently. Make your voice heard. Constantly be reaffirming people. Constantly tell them they're doing a good job. Constantly tell them that you appreciate them. I'm telling you, it takes time. Marriages, listen, husbands, where are you? Husbands, take the time. Encourage your wives. Wives, take the time. Your husband loves it. Your husband needs respect. He needs to feel respected. And when you encourage him, when you tell him, look, I appreciate you, it does wonders. Trust me. Encouraging. Be encouraging. Number 4, generous incentives. Now, when you put incentives out there, you got to be generous. So many people are cheap with their incentives. They do incentives, but they do it just enough to get people kind of excited, and people are not really motivated. And then they start to say, man, you put these things out, you must not care about taking the time to even think about something that I would want. Don't give me an incentive that I don't want, or give me an incentive that's so small it's almost insulting. Be generous with your incentives. That's how you build a culture. Teach your leaders around you to be generous with their incentives. You know, if they're trying to motivate their team to do something, if you're trying to motivate your kids to do, be generous. Go above and beyond, more than they would think. You know why? When you do more than you're expected to do, people do more than they're expected to do. So take the time and be generous. That's important. Number 5. Create a family atmosphere. This is how you build a caring culture. You create a family atmosphere. Everybody is family. Now, it's not on the same level like I talked about in a couple videos when I talked about leading your leaders. This is a little bit different. But you got to create a family atmosphere where people feel like family. People feel like, hey, this is cool. Everybody's for each other. Everybody's not against each other. Nobody's talking behind each other's back. Everybody just loves each other. It's in all good. We have fun together. We go on picnics together as a company or as an organization or as a family. We're all gelling because we got that family atmosphere. It's so important. Number 6. Show humanity. You got to take the time to show humanity, to care enough and build this in your organization, because this is so important. To not dismiss the things that people are going through. To take the time to show humanity, to care about what's happening in their lives. Sometimes people are so work that they don't show the other side of them. Because they don't show the other side of them, people start to think, man, all you care about is me getting the job done. All you care about is me selling more. All you care about is me doing more. All you care about is me helping you look better. But you don't take the time to show humanity. You don't take the time to say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hope everything's going well. Let's talk about something other than business. This is a great example. If you're at lunch, don't take the time to say, all right, let's talk about all these spreadsheets and all of these things that we need to do. I mean, come on, you're at lunch. Show some humanity. Hey, let's talk about the basketball game that happened last night. Let's talk about, what's going on in the news. We might not want to talk about politics, but whatever, depending on who you're talking to. But show some humanity. Show that you got another side to you, and it's not just, get the job done, get the job done, get the job done. It's, hey, I got a life. Let's talk about kids. Let's talk about family. Let's talk about picnics. Let's talk about whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about picnics. Number 7, people over position. People over position. This is key. And I'm laughing because I've seen this happen so bad in so many places. I mean, there's so many times where people put the position over the person. Where you've got to put the people over the position. This is where there's no preferential treatment. You don't give people additional treatment because they have a specific position. You don't treat people in a different way because they have a different position, because they hold a level of position. I'm going to treat you like this, but because you hold this position, who cares about you? You can't have that in your organization. You can't have people be treated down or talked down to because they're in a lower position. Everybody has to be equal on the respect side. Look, I know that people are not going to be equal on the leadership side and the information side and certain things that you can't go on and tell the whole organization. But on the respect side, as a person, everybody has to be on equal playing fields. There can't be a position over a person. It's got to be people over position. Number 8. Help when in need. This is when you go past it. When you get this in your organization, when you get this in yourself, super important. When you get this in your organization, it's on a whole nother level. Help when needed. You're not just talking about help now. You're not just saying, hey, let me talk you through it and tell you how. Nah, this is a little bit further than this. This is when you actually do things that you don't necessarily need to do. This is when you take the time and you've got a connection with somebody in your organization, let's call it a core leader, and that core leader is moving and they have no one to help them move, and you say, hey, I'm not doing anything that Saturday. Let me come help you for an hour. Or, hey, I got a block between 11 and 12:30. I'll come help you during that time to get your stuff out of the house. Or you have a situation where they might have a financial need. And to the point that you can do it, help them out if you can. Don't go crazy, or don't, somebody needs $50,000 for, something crazy. I mean, that's a little bit further. But I'm saying something small, or something that shows that you care. Take the time and help out a little bit if you can. When in need. People will go miles for you if they know that you're willing to go miles for them. And this is going the extra mile. This is the little 1%ers that make the entire difference. So take the time and help when in need. Because if people need it and you're helping, then people always remember that. And when you need something in your time of need, they'll take the time to help you out. So important. And number 9, care about what they care about. Take the time to care about what they care about. If they care about sports, care about sports. If they care about family, care about family. Get with them and care about what they care about. Talk to them on their level. I mean, you're going to build this in your organization, but make sure you teach your leaders this. Make sure they don't miss this point, that they don't take the time to only care about what they care about. They got to care about what the people care about. They got to care about what new employee Sally cares about. They got to care about, the father has to care about what the son cares about. The mother has to care about what the daughter cares about, or vice versa. I mean, you got to take the time for people that you're leading. You got to take the time to care about what they care about. Because that's where connection happens. That's where intimate bonds are created. People love people who are like them. So if you care about what they care about, then they'll love you even more. They'll say, man, I love talking to this person because this person feels where I'm coming from. Even if you don't know it on an intimate level, if you could just bring up the conversation and let them go and talk about it. Let them go. Look, if they're passionate about it, they're going to go off. They're going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And you just listen and you smile and you nod and you ask questions to keep the conversation going. That's what you do. When they leave you, they say, man, this guy cares about what I care about. We had a great conversation, and really they were doing all of the talking. But it didn't matter, right? Because you cared. And they cared that you cared, and because of that, you built the bond and the connections. So this is not caring is not leadership.